Hello again from the Netherlands. Today I'm going to show you 6 fragrances and 1 honorable mention. These are masculine fragrances which are very good for spring and summer, and this is a classic designer version. So I will start with my honorable mention. My honorable mention is a unisex fragrance, and for that it's honorable mention. It's Paris Edinburgh from Chanel. It's ungendered, but it's a very nice fragrance to wear on spring days. It's a woody aquatic fragrance. Oliver Polch is the perfumer, and it's from the Les Eaux de Chanel collection. And there are a lot of fragrances in this collection, and this one I like the most, especially to wear as a man. And this one has juniper berries and cypress in the opening. In the middle you get lavender and cedar and vetiver, and in the base you get musk and vanilla. So it's a little bit, with its juniper berries and cypress, you don't get this real fresh lemony touch. If you want to something different as lemons in your spring fragrance, you should try this. So Paris Edinburgh from Chanel. Then I come to the real men's fragrances, and first this is Eau de Rojas from Rojas Perfumes. It's from 1993. Nicolas Manuna is the perfumer, and here you get a real fresh and lemony touch. So lime, lemon, lemon verbena, bergamot, aldehydes, basil and orange in the opening. Then in the middle you get the flowers with the lily of the valley, jasmine, carnation, freesia, violet, some pine in it, wild rose and artemisia. And in the base you get vetiver, oak moss, cedar, musk and amber. This is a real fresh fragrance to wear if you want it in a classic way. So Eau de Rojas from Rojas. I have a big bottle, as you see, because you can overspray this. It's very nice to wear. Then I get, if you want to have a flowery fragrance in a classic way, this one, Uomo from Moschino. Uomo from Moschino is a woody floral fragrance, launched in 1998. Oliver Cresp is the perfumer, and you get kumquat, you get aldehydes, you get coriander, you get Brazilian rosewood in the opening, then cyclamen, clary sage, cinnamon and labdanum in the middle, and in the base you get musk, amber, gree, cedar and wormwood. It's a more kind of woody floral fragrance, but it has a very modern touch, but you must like your florals. So then this is very nice to wear in spring. I wouldn't wear it on a hot summer day because then it can get a little bit glowing, but this is very nice to wear on spring days. Then I have a classic, and that's Aramis Tuscany pour Uomo, per Uomo, 1984. This is the only 80s fragrance I have. You get in the opening lemon, lime, lavender and bergamot. Then you get in the middle anise, caraway, orange blossom and tarragon. And then you get leather, oak moss, basil, patchouli, sandalwood, cinnamon and tonka bean. This is gives you this more classic 80s vibe. I don't know if I would wear it on a very hot day, but in spring it's actually very nice to wear. And I think it's meanwhile discontinued, but still online at some discounters available. So Tuscany per Uomo. Then my number 3 is a Dior fragrance, Dior Homme Cologne. This is the 2022 fragrance version. I think there's also a 2013 fragrance which is better. This lacks a kind of longevity, and it becomes very soon after an hour's skin scent, so that's the problem with this. You get Calabrian bergamot in the opening, you get grapefruit blossom in the middle, and you get white musk in the base. So very nice. It gives you also a kind of modern touch, but the problem with this is the longevity. Dior Homme Cologne. Then my number 2 is also a Dior, but a Christian Dior. And I don't know if it's on its way out. I have ordered a bigger bottle because this is halfway. This is called Eau Sauvage from Christian Dior. And this is from 1966. Edmond Rudnitska is the perfumer, and you get a lot of freshness with this, with bergamot, basil, rosemary, caraway and fruity notes. Then in the middle you get jasmine, coriander, carnation, patchouli, orris notes, sandalwood, rose, lavender and helium. And then in the base you get oak moss, vetiver, musk and amber. So this is freshness with a classic touch. There's also a fragrance from Armani which is called Eau pour Homme. That's also very good and very similar to this one. I don't have that in my collection, but I have also ordered it because I also think that that's on its way out, because younger people don't wear these fragrances anymore, at least most of them. And I wanted to have them in collection, especially because at Dior, Francis Kurkdjian is the in-house perfumer now, and he is reformulating a lot of fragrances, and not in a good way to my opinion. So I have ordered a backup of this one. So then my number 1, because it's also one of my favorite fragrances at all versions of this, that's Habit Rouge L'Eau. This is discontinued, so if you want to have this, I would go for the normal eau de toilette of this. This is less stronger in the vanilla, and because of that the L'Eau is better to wear on summer days. This is from 2011. Thierry Wasser is the perfumer. It's an oriental fragrance, and you get here bitter orange, also some citrus, I think, vanilla, jasmine, hazelnut, patchouli and green notes. And as I said, this is a more watered down and softer version of the original eau de toilette. So if you can find this, you can use the eau de toilette, but you must not overspray, because in the eau de toilette the vanilla is more intensive. So I hope you liked this video. Please follow me on TikTok, Insta and YouTube, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.